Welcome everyone. Today I wanted to talk about changing your relationship with food, all right? If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen my post about loving what you eat and eating what you love. So I had 3 questions on that post that I feel like are really, really important, all right? When you're about to eat something, kind of letting your emotions guide you to what you should and shouldn't eat. And now I'm not talking about emotional eating. This is 2 different things, all right? And I'll go over that in a second. First question, how does it make me feel eating blank? How will I feel after I eat blank? And is eating blank going to make me love my body and my health in the future? Those are your 3 questions you need to ask yourself, all right, for an emotional guidance, okay? Because if you know eating something is going to make you sick, if it is going to make you feel good for a short amount of time, and that's when you go into question number 2, how will it make me feel after I eat? So you may feel good when you first eat it, but after you eat it, are you gonna feel disappointed, depressed? That's not a good thing. That's negative, all right? So you already know if you have that negative thought process to the first 2 questions, you probably shouldn't eat it. Your third question, is eating blank going to make me love my body and my health in the future? Or is doing blank? Doing is a good one. Now that might not have to do with food, is going to the park going to make me love my body and my health in the future? Is not smoking this cigarette or smoking this cigarette going to make me love my body and my health in the future? All right? So asking yourself little questions like that, whether it be fitness or nutrition for number 3, you can kind of switch those around. Those are the 3 questions you should be asking yourself before you eat something, all right? If you know. And here's the thing, if you have to ask yourself those 3 questions before you eat it, you probably shouldn't be eating it in the first place. So that's a pretty good thing to think about right there, all right? But if you have to, either ask yourself those 3 questions, or if you have to ask it, you might not want to do it, all right? Other than that, the next thing I'd like to talk about is emotional eating. The best thing that you can do if you're an emotional eater is to just eliminate the things that you are eating when you get emotional. So for example, if my pantry is full of potato chips and other snacks and sweets, and I know I'm an emotional eater, take it out, throw it away. Start now. If you are an emotional eater and you have those things in the house, you need to eliminate the temptation. That is so important. I know when I would emotionally eat, I would go for ice cream. Guess what? I don't buy ice cream anymore because I know I'll eat the entire tub in one sitting if I have a bad day, all right? So if you're an emotional eater, eliminate that from your house, get rid of it, throw it away. I know this sounds crazy, but pour vinegar on top of it in the trash can if you have to, if you know that you're someone who's gonna go dig through the trash can and get out, because I know people do it because done it before, which is gross, but we'll just ignore that. Anyway, so for the emotional eating portion, eliminate, get it out of the house, don't have it around you. Now, coping with stress eating. If you are feeling stressed and you are feeling anxious, take a moment to analyze the situation, pull yourself back in to yourself, and take that moment. If you have time to sit down and you're an emotional eater, and if you have time to sit down and eat, you have time to walk away. You have time to go outside on a walk. You have time to bust out a few exercises, do a few burpees. You're angry, you're upset, take that energy, divert it somewhere positive, all right? Even if you can't really go and do anything, if you're at the office and you're having a moment and you know that you're about to pull open your drawer and pull some cookies out. Stop. Stand up. Walk down the hallway. Go to the bathroom. Sit on the toilet. Breathe for a second. And then go back in your office. Take a few breaths. No one's gonna question how long you're in the bathroom for. And if you have to, say you're on your period. Say you had to take a poop. Give yourself a moment to pull yourself back in, all right? This is so important when it comes to emotional eating. You need to find a better outlet for those things, all right? And honestly, that's the thing that helps me the most, is just stepping outside. And sometimes if I'm really out, I take my shoes off and I will go and step into the grass so I can feel the earth beneath my feet, pull myself back in, because I definitely was a binge eater and I was an emotional eater. So that is my tip for emotional eating. Another thing I feel like is really important to talk about is people sabotaging your diet. Now, I'm just gonna bring up a quick example of what I dealt with. So I was going through a bodybuilding competition. I was probably about 2 weeks out, and pizza is my favorite food, in case you didn't know that. So with that happening, I was at the house, I just came home, I just got home from the gym, and I've been a personal trainer before I even graduated high school, and I had my first competition. I just turned 18, so I qualified to go on stage because I was of age. And I was working through that, and they had pizza at the house for dinner that night, and my dad and brother were shoving it in my face. Now, I'm 2 weeks out, and if you have ever done a competition, you know how annoying that is when you have goals and you're trying to eat right, and you have to be super, super strict about every single thing that goes in and out of your body, all right? So they were shoving it in my face, and they flipped a switch because I was already carb depleted, I was already hangry, all that good stuff. And I remember I cussed my family out. My mom made my brother and dad come up and apologize to me for what they did, because I told them I have goals, I have things going on, I can't believe you would do this, you guys are buttholes, I'm just gonna put it in a nice way, cursed them out, told them to go screw themselves. So I guess that my main reason why I wanted to share that is because I don't think that it's bad to tell people. Maybe don't tell your family to go screw themselves, but you should at least let them know, I cannot be around you if you're going to sabotage my diet, all right? So if you have goals and you're working towards something, do not be afraid to tell your family, your friends, your coworkers, this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it. This is for my health, and so I can have a better life, all right? And if you're gonna sabotage that, I'm just not gonna talk to you, or I'm just not gonna be around you, because you don't need that. If you wanna better yourself, do it for you. Don't do whatever they want you to do, all right? You have one body that you gotta live with for the rest of your life. You will always have yourself to live with for the rest of your life. And if you have goals and you want to make them, you have to be true to yourself, and you have to be honest with those around you, all right? So don't be afraid to tell people if they ask or they say, hey, just eat it, it's okay. The biggest thing that I hear from people now that I'm in good shape, you work so hard, you'll burn it right off. Just go ahead and eat it. And it's hard to tell people. And one of the things that I do is sometimes I'll say, I'm sorry, I can't have that because I'm intolerant to it. Even if I'm not, I will say I'm intolerant to it. Now, I do have allergies that I cannot eat certain foods, but I have used that in the past, like, I'll have diarrhea later. Can't do that. That's not gonna work for me. And if you have to use that you could totally use that to your advantage. I'm not saying to be a liar, but I'm saying I kind of just said to be a liar. Anyway, So just don't be afraid to tell people no, because we're all people pleasers and we're all human and we all want everyone to, you know, accept us. But sometimes you need to be the outcast and say no. Well, I hope that this video helped you guys today with ideas on how to stop binge eating and how to change your mind about how you look at food and how you react to others in the way that you eat and the way that they eat, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So if you would like to see more content like this, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hope to see you guys back here soon.